All right, so we're on 12.1. And today you will begin investigating a bird population off the coast of Australia. We have a message from Dr. Washington on the next slide. To student ecologists from Dr. Tiana Washington, head ecologist. The subject is a new question, South Pacific Island ecosystem. Thank you for your excellent work. We appreciate your help in solving the mystery of the moon jelly explosion here in Glacier Sea. Now I have a new mission for you. Ecologists are working on an island in the South Pacific Ocean and have reported a decrease in the size of the orange belly parrot population over the past 30 years. We hope you can help us figure out why this is happening. I will send you some data soon. Thank you.
Can you double check the grade level and that it's book one?
Sure. Yeah. Thank you. So instead of our population increasing, this time our population is decreasing. So Dr. Washington has asked you to investigate a different population. This is the orange belly parrots on the South Pacific Island. The South Pacific Island is similar to Tasmania, an island off the southern coast of Australia. There is only one wild population of orange belly parrots on Earth. This is true. Okay? There is really only one wild population. And this population breeds in Tasmania and it migrates to the mainland Australia in the winter. This population has been decreasing and now there are less than 100 birds left in the wild. Okay, so that's true. It's not like Glacier Sea and our jellies. That's a real fact. So island ecosystems like the one in Tasmania are special because many of the populations that live there don't live anywhere else on Earth. Okay, so it's special species and organisms to that island. When there are changes to these ecosystems, many times caused by humans, it often results in these populations being harmed or even going extinct. This is an example of how small changes in one part of a system might cause large changes in another part. So sometimes humans bring new populations to the islands. Introducing populations can cause big changes to an ecosystem and harm other populations. Red foxes and feral cats, for example, did not live on Tasmania until the humans brought them to the island. So they don't belong there. Humans brought them to the island. How could bringing just a few individuals of an organism to a new ecosystem cause big changes? So how could bringing that feral cat or those red foxes to that island where they don't necessarily belong, how could that cause big changes in the whole ecosystem? Any ideas? Ethan, what do you think?
If like they ate the parrots' resource population, then the parrots would have less heat so they could reproduce more. So
Good.
they'd most likely die, or there'd most likely be more deaths than births.
Right, so if you think to those indirect effects, right? If those new organisms come to the island and they eat something, that's going to have a domino effect or an indirect effect on all these other ecosystems on the island. Nice job. So the orange belly parrot population on South Pacific Island has decreased, and you're going to work to explain why that is. So the chapter 4 question, what was the main cause of the decrease in the size of the orange belly parrot population? We will be participating on Monday in a science seminar where you're going to discuss evidence and claims about the decrease in the orange belly parrot population. Remember, our seminars are just a basic discussion about what we think of the evidence. The next slide shows the question and claims that you're going to consider. So our question, what was the main cause of the decrease in the size of the orange belly population? This time we have two claims. The population decreased because the births decreased, so less parrots were being born, or claim 2, because the deaths of the parrots went up. So it's the opposite situation of our jellies. Next, you're going to read and annotate a set of evidence cards with some data about the size of some of the populations. You will be looking at cards C, D, E, F, and I. Each card includes a graph showing the estimate of the population change over time. during the years 1950 to 2000. So let's go to Google Classroom and we're going to open up number 2 for today. And we're going to read and annotate the cards, which is slides 2 through 6. And then that will be the end of today's lesson once we get that done. So number 2 for today, it doesn't have a day. It doesn't say Thursday because we're going to be using it on Friday and Monday.
Yeah, it's wondering why I didn't have a date.
Yeah, and I'm just going to keep moving it up, so I didn't want you to get confused. So notice the first slide says Thursday, and if you look at on the side here, once you get to 7, it says Friday. So that's where you stop for today, because tomorrow you'll do the Friday portion, and then tomorrow when you're at home, you'll do the Friday. It's just one slide that you'll be annotating, and then on Monday, we'll be back together again, and that's where we'll be sorting our evidence. Okay, so you're stopping when you see Friday. All right, so what you need to do is to simply look at each card and annotate it. So take notes. What information on that card can help you to figure out what is going on with the orange belly parrots? Now, there are some questions here that you can use to help you think about the evidence. Okay? So go ahead and annotate the 4 cards. When you finish, do not turn it in, okay, because we're going to continue to use the slide set. And then you should work on missing assignments, especially that argument from yesterday. I'll be around to help if you need it.